What up, though? Jamelia R. here, your PR coach and strategist. Just wanted to say what up, and I kind of wanted to come in and talk about something that I've been noticing a lot of chatter around, a lot of conversations around, and kind of like everybody jumping on that yes train. Like, I just want to talk about it. So, one thing that I'm seeing a lot of is a lot of people talking about being introverts and what that experience is like for them as entrepreneurs, what it's like for them as business owners to be an introvert and to be, in a room full of people and not wanting or feeling like you are capable of making connections with others, especially when as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's so important. But you have all these feelings of being an introvert, and when other people mention that to you, you can really connect with them. So I've been seeing a lot of conversations about that. So that's what I wanted us to talk about today. Okay. If you're just being introduced to me, I'm Jamelia R., PR coach and strategist. I love working with goal-driven business owners who are really looking to level up in business by sharing better stories about their products and their services. People that are looking to position themselves as experts and also to take hold of the opportunities that are available with press and with media through publicity. So today I just wanted to real quick talk to y'all about what it's like to be an introvert and why you have to get out of that label for yourself, because that is something that could be holding you back in business. Like, if being an introvert is holding you back from making the connections that you need, from pitching yourself and doing all of that, then you're going to have to figure out what skills you're lacking and what you're missing so that you can go ahead and shake the hands that you need to, that you can go ahead and pitch yourself for the opportunities from, customers, or the opportunities from media and publicity, the opportunities of getting on more stages, the opportunity of making more sales, which is going to be very important for you. So let me just give you a quick little background about me. So I have 13 years of experience in PR and marketing and event planning. I started out in corporate working in public relations, and then I became a business owner, which led me to full-time entrepreneurship, where I had an organization, a professional networking organization. We held events every month. And from there, I started getting clients for myself as a PR consultant, helping them with their publicity. So that has kind of been my route over the years. And in that time, I have found so many interesting things out about positioning yourself, but more so about being an introvert who needs to position themselves, who needs to have that confidence when it comes to either pitching yourself or shaking hands with the right people, being sure that you aren't leaving money on the table because you're scared to have conversations and to negotiate for the things that you need. So one thing I will say about me is I too believe that I'm an introvert, right? But if you look at my career catalog, you look at all the things from the very first marketing job that I had, it was very forward facing. Back then, we didn't have social media. I was working for a healthcare agency, and what we did was sexual health education. And this was back in college. So before, Facebook was real popping, before social media actually was a thing, I was out there passing out flyers. I was out there giving presentations so that students on our campus could have a safer approach to what they were doing. So, that was PR. PR was at that time in your face. And my mother will tell you, like, since I was a kid, she's always like, oh, Jamelia been a little bit shy. She's been an introvert. But when it came to business, I'm a bully. So in that aspect, when I know that I have a agenda to get across, a message to deliver, it's not the same Jamelia shy and, she's got a couple of friends and that's her circle and, she know who she know, or, she's one of those secretly popular people. Like, when it came to, I know that I'm in this position for a reason. I know that I got something to give. So next up, going to corporate as the assistant to the chief communications officer at a governmental agency. A lot of what we did was very similar to lobbying. Because of our position, we always needed to have our CEO forward facing so that if something came up that we needed, we could get the votes. We needed to make sure that, our community had a voice. So it was our job, CEO, to tell those stories about employment and stuff like that. So a lot of times as a young woman and young and black at that time in corporate America, it was, everybody was like, who is that girl? And I was going with my boss everywhere. And if she wasn't there, I was the representation for our office at legislative breakfasts, at all of these important events when it comes to a community organization. Like, when you are working in the capital of a state, there is a certain way you need to present yourself. So, walking past people without letting them know who I was, dropping off business cards on behalf of the CEO, it wasn't something that I could just go into every room and not do. It's something that even as an introvert, I had to move past that. So what I'm saying all this for is because a lot of times, we are thinking, I'm an introvert, I can't go to this networking event. And now I see this narrative being built around this topic, making it even harder for you guys who are self-proclaimed introverts, myself included, to pitch ourselves. And let's just be real and talk about the real reason why we aren't pitching ourselves, the real reason why we aren't getting these goals done in our business. It is because, when you're in kindergarten, you're in elementary, you don't actually get someone giving you the tutorial on making friends. They don't necessarily give you the tutorial on networking events. It's always, this is something you have to do, and you should just innately know how to do it. You should easily know how to just walk into a room, introduce yourself, leave with some business contacts, make some business the next day, pick up the phone, do a follow-up call. We don't automatically know that stuff. That is a skill set that should be trained. Even when it comes to, your kids and they going to elementary, kindergarten the first time, you should be showing them, how do you meet a friend? Because otherwise your kid gonna be the weird one in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, for me, that part of life was easy because I grew up with so many cousins. I grew up in a neighborhood full of kids. So you gotta make your way. You know what I'm saying? Like the north side of Flint, Michigan. So I had to figure out how to make friends. You don't want to be the little weird kid in the corner. So, if that wasn't a part of how you got trained, and, maybe you have, by default become the popular person, you never have to work for it. And in the school system, it's different because you're surrounded by the same kids year after year. Whereas when you're a business owner, you need to go everywhere by yourself as that business owner. So that is a skill set. So I don't want you guys thinking that you're an introvert when you're not. And if you are an introvert, there's certain things that you are limited to. Because I've been there. I have been there as an introvert. Like, you're nervous, but what is it that I need to do? When I went into entrepreneurship, my first business, I'm an introvert, you guys. Everybody will tell you this, and I think that we need to get a definition around introversion. And I know that there are different levels, but for many of us, it's just that we don't know what to say. We don't want to look awkward. We don't want to say something wrong. We don't want to be silly, but really we have bomb ass personalities. We are able to sell if we get our foot in the door. We just are nervous about the initiation of that opportunity. We're nervous about that initial pitch. We're nervous about facing the public, what we're going to look like. And if you think about that, for me, in PR, that is relating to the public. And a lot of that is just because we haven't researched the skill sets that we need. We haven't worked with the right person who's going to bring us through and to that opportunity, and we don't know what it looks like. So instead, we kind of back down, and we may even cower a bit and just say, oh, well, I'm an introvert. So I wanted to run that by you all just because it's something that I've been seeing and I've been thinking about. And I don't want us to slap that label on ourselves when really it's just a skill set that we're missing. Or if we are introverts, what are some ways that we can pitch ourselves and have those kinds of opportunities that we're looking for without having to be the loudest person in a room? What does it feel like to pitch myself and have the confidence to talk about myself, my story, and my business and my products? And be able to pitch that in a way that people want to invest with us. They want to back us. They want to, get into our circle of friendship. They want to know more about us. They want follow-up meetings. What does that look like for like a true introvert who is not only shy, not only introvert and doesn't want to be the person that's outgoing, and also, the type where, like me, I'm an introvert. I'm not necessarily shy, but too much or too many people, and, that can be draining. And that's a whole nother story. But at the same time, maybe it's not a shyness or maybe it is, but what is it that you can do as a business owner, even with that shyness, even with, maybe that lack of confidence in pitching and introducing yourself, or even with the introversion and not wanting to be outgoing, but instead wanting to use the energy that you have in the most effective way to get in front of the public. That's what I help you with. I've created a 3-step framework, and in that framework, it's getting you ready, getting you set up, and then getting you going. And I'll be talking about more of that in other videos. I think that this one has enough meat in it for this topic. But in that process, it teaches you how to build up that confidence, how to do that research so that you're saying the right thing and you're saying it confidently, how to talk about your business, how to pitch yourselves for opportunities. And when you think about opportunities, when it comes to public relations, so many of us are discounting what actual public relations is. Not just publicity. Publicity is just media attention. Publicity is just getting you, speaking engagements. But when you're working with me, we're taking that a step further. What are rooms that you need to be in, and how can you create those opportunities for yourself that's going to make the most sense for your business, depending on how you're structured? Maybe you don't have employees. Maybe you got a whole bunch of them, and you need to figure out what is the best thing for the people to be doing to constantly, have attention for our business, and what are the things that we need to be saying externally. Because if you have people that work for you, they need to be able to effectively communicate the services that you offer. So all of those things, depending on what step you're at, that is what I help people with through this framework that I created that gets you ready and gets you set up and then gets you going with those pitches and with having that confidence to move in a crowded room. So that's all that I have for you guys today. I would love it if you want to connect with me. Go ahead and click the links that are surrounding this video. Go ahead and book a call with me if that's something that you want to talk about and say, hey, how do I build up this strategy? Or let me know those blind spots that I have going on. Like, let me know what you think about my business and what is it that's holding me back from the success that I know I deserve. So I'm Jamelia. I'm a PR coach and I'm a strategist. I have 13 years in the game helping you gain publicity, helping you create profitable opportunities for yourself. I'd love to connect with you. Click the links surrounding this video and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you later. Bye.